Hey guys, Mizuki here. Grab your popcorn because today's story is straight out of the What the Heck is Happening files. Let's talk about a woman, Bunny Blue, the one who slept with nothing less than 1,057 men in just 12 hours. Yes, you heard that right. Over 1,000, half a day. Imagine setting a world record and having that be your claim to fame. It's insane, disturbing, and honestly the kind of headline that makes you wonder what's going on with society. But before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank you all my patrons that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my three-tailed fox tier members Heath Rowell and Fenny Sylvy for the incredible support to my work. You guys are amazing. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. So, let's do it, my dear foxes and viewers. Let's dive in. This isn't just a one-off bizarre incident. It's a symptom of something much bigger, much darker, and much more troubling about where we are heading as a culture. Some folks out there are using her story to scream about how modern women have lost their way or how feminism has destroyed society. Others are flipping the coin and pointing out the thousands plus men who actively chose to participate in this ridiculous stunt. Like, really? They couldn't find anything better to do that day? Maybe catch a movie, take a nap, reflect on their life choices, for example? Here is the thing, my dear foxes and viewers. The surprise. Nobody is innocent in this situation. No. Both sides, the woman and those men, are part of this messy spectacle. But the bigger culprit is the culture that allows, encourages, and rewards this kind of behavior. Let's break it down. Let's be real, society is addicted to the extreme. We all became so desensitized by the internet's endless parades of scandals, controversies, and viral moments that it takes something utterly outrageous to even grab our attention. A sex tape used to be enough to launch a career. Looking at you, King K. But now you've got to break records, destroy boundaries, and make everyone collectively say, "What the hell?" Just to stay relevant. That's what this woman was chasing, attention. And guess what? She got it. The internet loves a train wreck, and the more shocking and degrading, the better. She's become a walking example of how far people are willing to go to be noticed in a world where everyone is competing for 15 seconds of fame. But at what cost? This isn't just a harmless publicity stunt. This is a person's life, their body, their mental health being put on the line for clout. And for what? A fleeting moment in the spotlight? A few viral headlines? Maybe some OnlyFans subscriptions? It's a steep price to pay for temporary relevance, and the fact that so many people say it as no big deal is a huge red flag for our collective immorality. Look, I'm not saying that we should all be Puritan saints, no, it's not about that. I mean, I think it's amazing for those ones who can be truly like that, a living and walking example near of what Jesus wanted us to be. Nothing even close to that. I myself am no saint, not even close to that too, and I will not pretend that I am, but I didn't start this video to talk about all kinds of and levels of immorality out there, like a Puritan police. I don't want to be a hypocrite like some big person I saw out there recently. Even knowing that everyone is in some kind of different levels, I'm saying here that everyone has limits. Everything has limits. And where are these said limits to this level of immorality that we find out there today? Oh god, my TT hitting harder today again. I think I lost track a bit here, let's go back to the main topic of this video now. One of the big debates around this story is whether it's a case of female empowerment or just straight up exploitation. Some people argue that this woman was exercising her autonomy, taking control of her body, and living life on her own terms. And sure, in a vacuum, that's a valid argument, but when you look at the bigger picture, it starts to fall apart. Let's not kid ourselves here. This wasn't about empowerment. This was about shock value and profit. It was about creating spectacle, fitting into a culture that rewards the outrageous and the degrading. True empowerment doesn't come from breaking yourself down for the world to gawk at. It comes from building yourself up, from setting up an example that inspires and uplifts others. This just isn't it. And let's talk about the men for a second here. Over 1,000 of them lined up for this? Think about that for a second. These weren't innocent bystanders. They were active participants in this circus. It's easy to point fingers at the woman and say she's the problem, but let's not forget the role this man played in enabling and encouraging this behavior. You're just as complicit, if not more so. Of course, we know how difficult it can be for a man to get laid, and about the rate of testosterone compared to women. When they get the chance to do it with one, they usually don't throw it away, but this is too much. It's just too much in many possible ways. Now, let's get a bit more serious for a moment here, because this isn't just about morality or societal trends. This is also a mental health issue. What drives someone to do something like this? What's going on in their mind, in their life, that makes this seem like a good idea in the first place? Maybe she genuinely thought this was her ticket to success. Maybe she felt she had no other options. Or maybe she's dealing with deeper issues that we don't see. Whatever the case, it's clear that this isn't the behavior of someone who is in good place mentally or emotionally. And instead of cheering her on or tearing her down, maybe we should be asking how we got to a point where people feel the need to do this to themselves to be noticed. And well, here is the harsh truth. This isn't just about one woman. This is about all of us. This is about a culture that glorifies chaos, rewards degradation, and turns human beings into commodities for entertainment. It's about a society that lost its way, where values like dignity, self-respect, and integrity are being overshadowed by the pursuit of likes, views, and viral fame. We've created a world where being shocking is more important than being kind, where making headlines is more valuable than making a difference. And until we start addressing the root causes of this toxic culture, stories like this are going to keep happening with 2,000 men, 3,000 men, 10,000 men, because as long as there's an audience for it, there will always be someone willing to push the boundaries even further. So, what's the takeaway here? For me, it's a reminder that we need to do better. We need to do better. We need to be better. We need to stop feeding into the madness and start holding ourselves and each other to a higher standard. And to the woman at the center of this story and many others out there, and to the 1,000+ men who joined in, I hope you all take a long breath and start to think deeply and ask yourselves if this is the legacy you want to leave behind, because at the end of the day, the internet forgets, but the consequences of your actions will be forever. I know many of you will say, but hey Mizuki, I don't care about even my own legacy because I don't want to have a family or a wife. Okay, fine, you can say that. But I bet that deep down, you care even if just a little, because this is just a biological thing to everyone to care about it. Reminding you guys that this is just my opinion and it's okay if you think different. But if you do, then please let me know your opinion in the comments. Just do it respectfully with everyone in there, okay? I may do or not debate depending on my ADHD level today and your point. Alright, I'm done ranting. Like if you are as bewildered as I am, and subscribe if you want more real talk from your Kitsune here. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and for the love of everything, stay out of these things. See you guys in the comment section as always. Bye!